Hello, and welcome back to Few and Far Between, and we're excited to bring you a brand new tale adventure in the world of Exandria. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey everybody, this is Bill, and I play Orgoth Skullcrusher.
This is Jaiden, and I'm playing Lapis.
Hey everyone, this is Jimmy. I'm Canadian, and I'm very
Yay!
Hell
happy.
yeah!
Yeah,
I'm
thanks,
very happy
Canada.
right now.
Elbows up!
Oh,
Whoop, whoop,
Canada!
whoop, whoop.
Yay for not electing fascism in our freaking country.
Yay!
And I'm playing North.
I'm
Must be
Mira.
nice.
Mira playing Voka.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, go Canada! Yay!
Yay.
Maple Leafs
It
in the
must
chat.
be nice. It must be nice to have Canada on your side.
I don't think they're going to be on our side very long.
Oh, also, it is. I don't know what it is in Canada, but today is the National Adopt Pet Shelter Pet Day today. So make sure you go out, and if you're looking for a pet, go to your local shelter and find a nice cuddly kitty or doggy or lizard or snake, whatever your preferences are. But
Don't tempt me.
you need a pet. You need a crow, is what you need. A crow on your shoulder the whole time.
Yeah, but they're not pets.
I know.
I would also, if you're going down the adoption route, go to a nice shelter and adopt an older dog, an older
Always.
cat. It's
Yep.
always the kittens, it's always the puppies, but the older ones need love too.
Yes,
Mhm.
for sure, definitely. Anything else we need to talk about before we dive right in?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Cool.
If everyone is ready, let's begin today's episode of Few and Far Between, episode 121. Zoomies in Zadash, also known as The Audacity of This Bitch. We'll get to that in a bit. So, last time, you finally reached the Dwendalian Empire, stopping outside of the famous town of Trostenwald, home to some of Exandria's finest breweries. Voka and Orgoth went into the town to stock up on supplies and stayed the night, while North and Lapis stayed behind, camping outside of the village. In various places, you heard various rumors of the Knoll activity in the area was on the rise. And Voka, you were watching a strangely beautiful mist-covered island in the middle of Lake Ustalok. As you approached the village of Allfield, a small group of Crownsguard, led by a man named Reggie, rode out to greet you, having heard that adventurers were approaching, and he was hoping that you were the Mighty Nine, and you were like, who? He told you that Knolls were forming an encampment to the west of the village, a sure sign of aggression on part of the local jackal-headed people. You continued on to Zadash, ignoring the side quest. And during during a evening around the campfire, as everyone is setting in, Orgoth noticed the patterns of stars on his spear reflected the constellations in the sky above. Upon closer inspection, he found additional points of interest in the spear that did not correspond to a star in the night sky, and was asking Lapis about it. And after that conversation, I want to kind of do a little rewind. There's something we didn't get to. We didn't have time to do it last time. So, Orgoth, everyone's just gone into their various trances. You're in the process of falling asleep. And you're looking, you've got the spear in your hand, and the Katha, the moon, is shining down upon it. It's almost gleaming in your hands. How shiny it is. Um,
Yeah, Orgoth looks up at the stars and Katha and notices that Rudis isn't out tonight,
mhm.
and then looks at the spear and thinks about that Lapis telling him that there were stars there that she hadn't seen, that she didn't know, like stars that were uncharted or unknown to her. And
It was more that they weren't shown in the stars.
oh, they
were
weren't
not
showing in
there.
the sky.
Yeah, they're not
We're
in the
not
sky
there.
at all. Yeah.
Right, they're not there at all. And he thinks back to kind of everything that the group has been doing and has done since they first met in Jigao, and then up through kind of that big pivotal moment when we saved Elixion,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that we actually had a literal visitation from gods. And I think for the first time it really strikes him that, that was a real, true interaction with deities, not what he had thought or assumed might have been there from Lolth or from Grumsh. And he remembers something that Avandra said to him, which was, "How do you want to change your fate?" So Orgoth kind of stares at the Elixian spear and says, "Avandra, I know that you're called the Changebringer, um, and that you're about making paths for people. And you asked me how I wanted to change my fate. Um, I, I think the path I've been on has been darkened by the presence or the belief in these betrayer gods. And I thought I was chosen by a higher power, and I know that I am not now, and that wasn't the case. But maybe I was more blinded by the promise of power and recognition that it brought me. Um, and I got that, but it cost me too. Um, Everything from ruining my relationship with someone that I loved to killing someone because I thought it was the right thing to do. And I don't know if I can completely pull myself away from Lolth because it's part of my lineage, but I do know that my father fought against her, and it's something that I need to do as well with whatever that connection is, or Eldestray, or the armor. But that influence from Grumsh only came when we arrived at Kilmaro. And whether that was actually One-Eye seeing some chance to take down the city again that Elixion saved, or I was tapping into my darker nature, I don't know. But I think you asked me an important question, and you asked me how I wanted to change my fate. So I don't want to have that as any part of my future. I can't change the past path that I've walked, but the one that I'm taking moving forward is how I would like it changed. I would ask that you help me from being a puppet to these betrayer gods and becoming someone that helps and protects people that are in need. I mean, I'm with people now that I think need me and need my help, and especially Voka and her sister, but Lapis and North, and I know there's a lot of others too. So if what I think you said is what I think it means, I'd like to step away from the path I was on that was tapping into those darker places of who I am and be able to walk more on a path that's lit by a moonlight.
And as you say those words, would you roll a 20-sided die for me? Just tell me what you roll.
Ron, I'd like to use my birthday nat 20, please.
That will be perfectly allowed. Yes. You feel the spear grow warm in your hands, and you see almost like the reflection of moonlight on it is reflecting onto the ground, and you see the patterns. It's almost like, like when you see like something that's metal with a design on it, and the sun hits it and it reflects onto a surface. You see this reflection of the stars in front of you, bright, glowing, and the stars begin to swirl, and motes of light kind of come up from this moving image on the ground in front of you. And this woman, faint, almost like seeing through like a very thin pane of leaded glass, just kind of standing there. Long brown hair cascading off down her shoulders and onto the ground, and you see it infinitely going out behind her. What is the boon that you wish? How can you change your path?
There's a part of me that, I don't know, I followed, awakened, I'm not sure, but I really became so angry when we were there. We were in Kael'maro, and I kept using that rage more and more. And I don't want that anymore. I want to be someone who finds a different kind of strength, a better strength.
The sunken city, the tomb of Elixion, former tomb of Elixion, the Blessed One, was a twisted pit of emotions. Not only did it affect you and your group, but it infected the entire city above. You are free of those feelings, Orgoth Skullcrusher. They control you not. What, as you set off on this new path, what is the vow you wish to take?
I want to be someone who's devoted to the good of others, who's has devotion to their fellow people, to helping, to being, I don't know, just someone who's can be there and fight for the right things. To have that make that kind of an oath, to have that kind of devotion.
You bring your own change to this world. You create it. You are blessed, and this boon is granted. How does this feel, transformation, and you know what transformation I'm talking about. How does this feel, and how does this present itself in a visual way?
I think Orgoth's immediately, any of that anger and rage and deeply planted seeds that he's been trying to fight, he's been trying to turn it into focusing on him inner self, but it was always driven by this anger, is just flushed from his system. And it's replaced with more of an inner light, of a peace, of a sense of direction. I mean, Orgoth always wanted to, I don't know, he when he started out this whole thing, he wanted to prove that he was more than just what his brutish clanmates gave him credit for. And he was never originally driven by wealth or by power. but I think that turned into wanting respect and maybe some glory. And this is him not really caring about those things anymore either. This is about helping people like he has seen the people around him and closest to help him. And there's not much of a physical transformation that occurs. But there's this gambeson, like this padded material that's under the breastplate
Mm-hmm.
that's in front. It's usually kind of this, like canvassed color with brown edging. And the material on that turns white and the edging is gold now. And he has this like patchwork leather kind of like flap cloth that's underneath that in front of that. And that transforms into this like silver like chain piece that hangs down that shimmers just ever so slightly, like it's kind of constantly reflecting some pale moonlight.
Nice.
Um,
This is the vow that you have made, and the gods have blessed it and granted you this boon. Go forth and protect those that you have vowed to be there for. And you feel something warm.
I will.
And you feel something warm at your neck. And you look down and you see a pendant resting on top of your armor that it's in the shape of the moon, but there's this kind of splash of sparkles across it. Almost like there's like a band of stars passing in front of just motes of light. Much different than the Moonweaver's symbol.
Okay.
And
he'll hold it in his hand and
mm-hmm.
as he goes to sleep at night.
And as the stars kind of like her motes of light that make her physical representation up begin to fall away back into the reflection off of the spear. And the moon goes behind a cloud, and you hear a whisper. Danger is coming for all of us, Orgoth Skullcrusher. Protect those you can. And then you fall asleep. So do we want to tell exactly what happened on this level?
Sure.
Okay.
So I think it would manifest over time, but after having a big talk with Ron and character arc stuff. So Orgoth, when we leveled, Orgoth is now Fighter 8, Bard 2, Paladin 4. So he has exchanged his Barbarian levels for Paladin levels.
The rage is gone. Well, you
The
can still
rage
be
is
angry.
gone.
You can still be angry, but
Oh, I'll be righteously angry now, though, not just like,
Brother is gonna
rage-
smite.
this rage monster.
all the smites. The travel to Zadash goes with that event. You reach the city. I've put a picture of the approach to the city. These tall walls. It's kind of triangular shaped, and the north side of the city is a higher elevation than the south side, and you can see beautiful mountains behind it. But you see these about 20-foot tall walls, and there's a main gate on the southern wall, huddled up against it all around and kind of stretching and going around the northward on the west and east sides of the city wall. You see hundreds of tents and hastily put together shacks, and you see basically just hundreds of people who are not part of the city. They're camped outside in this poor district. A lot of them as you approach in the evening, are coming home from working the fields of grain and vegetables all along, all around the southern part and stretching out to the west from the city. But you have reached Zadash, and let's go to the map a little bit. And I've got you at the southern part of it. What would you like to do? There, you see that there are two Crowns Guards, like two pairs of Crowns Guards, standing silently on either side of the southern gate. They are watching people going in and out, but they are not stopping anyone. Um, you do see lots of people kind of like just going in and out both directions. And as you are approaching, you see a few beggars asking for coin. Like, sir, help someone in need. Alms.
Get.
And you get to the gate and you head inside.
Yeah.
And you are at Zadash. Congratulations. You have avoided many a side quest on the way.
Yahoo!
I don't know whether to reward that or not. Okay.
I like side quests.
I also do, but
I also do, but not when we have to stop for every single side quest ever.
You went through so many cities to get here, so I'm just gonna put your tokens on the other side of the wall. Okay. The city's yours. What would you like to do? You look above, there's a the map here is very much a kind of like a simplified version of Zadash. There are many, many, many more buildings. This is about the same size population-wise as Port de Mali, whereas Port de Mali is kind of spread out. This is kind of more cramped in, and the numbers of the who are living outside of the city add to that population as well. You see a stable with a for sale sign outside of it, right inside the gates. That looks familiar to you, Lapus. And the streets kind of stretch off in all different directions. What would you like to do?
Shall we find an inn, kind of get ourselves situated there, and then go to where. And she looks over at North, and then Orgoth, and then Voka. Uh, where we need to go? I know of where um there are firbolgs.
I mean, yes, of course. Voka, you should go there if you think that, well, that would help. I do have some errands to run. And I should also hit the Cobalt Soul. However, I do have a bit of a more urgent one that I have to take care of. So we find an inn with stables, preferably.
Obviously.
You know this place though, right, North? Like where should we go? Is there a good
You know
Where
that-
should I go,
inn?
Ron?
Well, you know that the farther north, let me pull up the Zadash wiki, actually. You know that the further north that you go, the more ritzy it gets. The more, like, there's a tri-market, pentamarket in the center of town. That's very much a business kind of district. But most people who live in the South are kind of like lower middle class. And as you go further north, and there's a wall that separates the upper class from the lower class. Usually, there's like these walls are like gigantic, and businesses are built right into the structure of the walls. You see these strange contraptions moving of their own accord atop the walls. You see the three spires. It's called the Tri-Spire, which there's like three towers in the northern part of the city. It depends. You also know like there's ritzy places to stay if you go to the north part into the Tri-Spire area. So it
Kind of-
depends on how much money you want to spend.
Not too ritzy, but not like squalid either. Just like a good middle ground.
Um, do you want to stay kind of in the lower class in the southern area, or do you want to get closer to the market, the Pinta Market?
I mean, the middle would be better than being like straight at the down low. If
Okay.
you want to have a bit of luxury.
Okay. Let me. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Okay. Um, move your tokens. Move your token to where you want to go. Like, do you want to be like south of the uh, Pentamarket?
I guess here would be probably good.
Okay. Let me.
Or my like here-ish.
Yeah. Let me. West of the Pentamarket.
Kind of.
Yeah. As you head that direction, everyone, you do see a building, very beautiful, tall spires building, and it's flying the colors of the Cobalt Soul. Imagine that. And North picks an inn that is called the Twin Maidens right next to it.
Yay. So it's gonna be easy to do research as well.
Yes. The Twin Maidens, it actually looks like, like a duplex where it's like you have like two like entrances and two separate little like patios. It's almost like looks like two separate places, but as you go in, it kind of goes into one, or connected, but there's two bars, and behind the bar on each of the bars is a half elf who are twins. And you see they have like exactly the same outfits on, this green flowy dress, and it seems like there's like magic somehow, because you see their dresses are kind of like waving in this like unfelt wind, and one of them waves at you and says, yes, come over to Stella's. We have the best prices here. And the other one says, my name is Star Divine. Please visit me on this side. And they're trying to compete for your attention.
Hey, she has Star in her name. That's like a given that I have to go there. I have Star in my name.
You see that one of the waitresses, actually there's like two of the waitresses, there's a chalkboard that's behind the bar, and they're keeping tallies of how many drinks are sold. So there's definitely some competition, something going on here. And you head up to Star. How can I help you, you fine people?
Hello, Miss Star. North Star Maedrick at your service.
Yes, North Star. What a beautiful name.
Thank you very much.
I am Star Divine. I am so glad you picked my side of the Twin Maidens. My sister, Stella, she's quite lovely, but however, it's obvious we have a competition going on here. You are welcome to spend your money on either side that you wish, but just know that I give you just a little bit more of a pull when I give you my drink, give you your drinks. And our food is just salted and seasoned that much better. And Stella's like, lies, lies, nothing but lies. And the people in the bar are laughing.
That's cute. Do you have any rules?
Is this one of those things where like one of them always lies and one of them always tells the truth, and then we have to figure out like which one it is, and then there's a door?
I mean, there's a bunch of doors here.
We do have a bunch of doors here, but the doors are upstairs. It is 5 silver a night a person. Drinks are not included, of course. But
how long do you think we're gonna be here, North or Voka?
He just shakes his head. I don't know.
Maybe 2? I don't know, like doing research.
do you want separate rooms, or do you want a large common room? We actually do have on our 4th floor, we do have a room, a suite, that has 4 smaller bedrooms with a large common area connecting them.
Oh, how much is that one?
That one is a gold and a half per person per day.
So 6 gold per day. Okay, we'll take it for 5 days.
Excellent. And you
And
see
Orgoth will just
Yeah.
slap 30 gold on the
Okay.
on the bar.
The bartender kind of like goes over and rings. We've got rich people here. We've got
Rich
people
people,
who
don't stop
we've got
saying
people
that.
here staying in the suite. Give them all the luxury that they are entitled to. And you hear a yeah. What are your names?
Like,
Oh,
like-
sorry,
my
sir.
name is Orgoth Skullcrusher. It is very nice to meet you. He
North
puts his hand
Star
out. He's-
Maedrick, Orgoth, Skullcrusher, like shakes Orgoth's hand. And you, good sir and madam?
My name is Voka.
Voka's
Deer in the headlights moment.
Voka, nice to meet you. You're quite colorfully dressed. Do you perform?
I mean sometimes I partake.
Tomorrow night there is an open mic. Open mic. There is an open stage for performances. Whoever wishes to perform.
I mean, I could partake. And I don't
Excellent.
want to outshine all of your performers.
No, you won't outshine. In fact, she points to the other stage. It's like the glory of your performance will bring in even more visitors to my side of the tavern.
So is this like a sibling rivalry thing you got going on here?
As they kind of look at each other and laugh, like in unison, like like that's the same laugh exactly. Like, oh no, it's just a friendly game. We love each other and very much. We're family. You want to make an insight check?
Yeah, I'll make an insight check with this. Am I sensing malice? Shake.
Oh, they're two-faced.
Insight plus 8. 17.
17. There's not malice, but there is a really heavy competitive edge. Like to the fact that they may kind of that may like stoop to sabotage.
I see. There's nothing wrong with a little friendly. He like puts like a heavy annotation on that word, competition. It's also funny you say that they have like the same laugh. Because I know none of you have ever seen or heard my sister and I talk in the same instance, but it's to the point where whenever my parents know that when we are in the same room and they give us a call, they're like, okay, which one of it is you? Because we will.
Oh, you're talking
pick up
about
the phone
you.
for-
You're talking about you.
Yeah,
Mira.
you,
Okay.
you,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm not using the voice. I was just saying. I think it's funny that you said that because me and my sister also have the same voice and almost the same laugh.
That's amazing. And pray tell, welcome to the Twin Maidens. What is your name? And points to Laphus.
Lapis kind of looks at Voka, looks over at the stage, looks over there at the other stage, looks at both of the women, and like she kind of gets that vibe of tomorrow night is gonna be a very, very, very loud,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just gonna go. Lapis is my name.
Do you perform? You seem to be dressed like a wonderful performer, perhaps an acrobat?
No.
Are you a traveling troupe?
No. Oh no, no.
absolutely not.
I mean, we could use good
Doubtful.
cover.
I'm sure you all have talents in your own beautiful ways.
I play the squeeze the puss. It's called, I don't know, it's like it's a bagpipe, some people call it.
You hear Stella on the other side. It's like, yes, we would definitely love to hear some of the Squeezapus music tomorrow night.
You know, I've won a talent competition one time already, so maybe that would be fun to see how I do in a bigger place. And Voka and I like do a show together sometimes too.
You do? Fantastic. Do you have and this is Star, do you have a small version of your bagpipes?
Well, I mean,
Quiet.
they're war pipes, so they're not like big, gigantic. They're like this big.
Oh, okay.
They're the size, Ron.
That's
They're the size of like Yulin pipes,
right,
right?
right,
So
right,
they're
right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she's basically kind of
So
like a little, you see a little worried, like no insight check needed. He's just a little worried, kind of
right.
like, yeah.
But don't worry. Like, I can still, even though they're fairly small, I can still play them really loud. So don't worry, it's okay.
Uh, you see Stella come over, and Stella's like, Star, I'll make you a bet. Tomorrow night, I can sell the most drinks. And Star's like, looks at you, makes an insight check. It's like, I can't turn down a wager. You're on. You better be do it. If you do well tomorrow, Orgoth Skullcrusher, I shall give you your drinks on the house tomorrow night.
I mean, I will say
That's very generous. I mean, but Voka's like actually way better than me. But
no,
we'll
no,
do
no.
our best.
This is the best Squeeze the Puss player this side of whatever continent we're on.
Make a persuasion check.
Natural 20.
Okay.
He's on the Voka die too.
She says, then I have nothing to worry about. I will accept your wager. And Stella's like, excellent. She actually does the Smithers, rubs her hands together, and goes back to her side of the bar.
I don't know if I should be rolling persuasion or reception.
I mean, you've heard him play. He actually
He's
he
really
rolled
good.
well the last time you heard him play.
That's true.
So, yeah, that's true. Yeah. So
are we done talking about squeezing pussies and all that?
It does sound like a really weird porno name.
sorry.
I'm not.
Not either.
There's a song, and I'm kind of like, oh my god! I started to insert the word. Okay, squeeze a puss. Okay. Anyway, you she gives you the keys. I'll have a snack plate sent up.
You do have stables as well, right?
Oh yes, around back, please.
Thank you.
Ever since that incident at the gates a few months ago, where one
happened
of
there?
the stables was found to be hurting their animals. They went out of business when I don't understand. I don't know what exactly happened. I heard that the place is haunted now. That's what I've heard.
Oh, fucking excellent. Well, you guys, I'll leave my horse. If you would like to visit Pumat, you just take that street over there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like pointing. I have some errands to run. Yes. Ta-ta.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to squeeze out. Like,
Okay. What would
Do
you
you
all
need
like?
Do you need help, North? Do you need help on your errands? Because we could. Bye.
I'm
I feel
fine.
like North just ghosts us. Like goodbye.
I'm fine.
Even if you don't want a to talk to a firbolg, I mean you're gonna have to. They're the shopkeep, but that shop has some pretty nice, decent magical items. If you guys are interested in that as well.
I don't see why not.
I would go. Can I go? Can I go with you guys?
I mean, Voka's going, and I can show them the way, and we have to put the horses away first.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. We could do that, and then go to the magic place. That sounds fun.
Okay. It's easy. They have a large stable in the back. This is a very popular establishment. Gets a lot of tourists. It's obviously a touristy kind of place.
They're
But
very gimmicky.
very gimmicky. But
They're
yeah,
like medieval times.
it's not
Oh my
quite
god,
medieval.
it's medieval times on one side of the street, and then it's Pirates Dinner Adventure on the other side of the street.
I love Pirates Dinner Adventure.
Well, you go okay. If you go out back, there's actually like a stone, large stone pool with and there's like a big giant tall diving board, and you see like there's like a mini like a scaled down
Great Old
version of a
Blood.
ship like in the pool.
There's just a bunch of gnomes jumping off.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is Artists of Dash. Okay, it's Pitch and Forge. Okay, Dollywood. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the three of you first. So you're heading to Pumat Souls.
Yep, invulnerable vagrant.
Yes. Um. So to get to the invulnerable vagrant, let me look at the.
It's not that far.
Yeah, it's not that far at all.
It's number 10, I think.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
10.
It's basically the freaking-
Yeah, you just go across the Pinta Market. As you're crossing, the Pinta Market is busy. There are barkers trying to get people to come into their shops. There are street sellers. There are vegetable vendors. There's people selling Pumat Soul t-shirts. I mean, it's flags. There's like a sign that says, come visit our bestiary on the roof of our tavern. And the but you head over to the invulnerable vagrant, and you see this small. It's almost like this building is in the middle of this kind of like street. The street kind of like it's a wide street, but like this building kind of popped up in the middle of it. And so the stones are cobble around it, and people are just going to either side of it. It's a tall, like 2-story, like kind of high ceilings, and there are cloths and drapes over the sides, kind of in disarray. I sent a picture of it in the chat. Kind of I think if I remember right, a purple color to it. Let me look. Yeah, like a green color. It's green. It's green. You do notice that there is a small on the door, that there is a small symbol for the Cerberus Assembly right there in the corner, like the window. So what do you do?
Lapis just goes in.
I follow her.
Okay. You open the door, and there's this kind of a nice large waiting area. There's a desk there's like a little swinging door on the side of it, kind of comes out from the wall, and there's a back room. There's a few little trinkets like on shelves, little small little nothing, maybe some healing potions, various like magic ingredients and um, um, components. The and various oils and tinctures and things like that. But behind the bar is this tall, wide-nosed firbolg. And he's like, "Welcome to the invulnerable vagrant. I am Pumat Soul. How can I help you?"
Can I roll, like, obviously, like the tea leaves didn't give me too much. When I kind of like pull from my memory, am I like
Make a
yeah.
Yeah, because you're thinking about the tea leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this look like the guy? 12
Do
plus.
tea leaves show like the actual physical features, or does it just show kind of like a shape?
It's more
Well,
kind
yeah,
of a shape, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
she
But
wants to know how close it was, really. So.
Yeah. 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 18.
I mean, it definitely is a firbolg, but the you think it might be. I mean, with that roll, definitely the nose is the same.
Oh, this is gonna be much harder than I thought it was going to be.
And Pumat Soul looks at like you, Voka, because you spoke up first, and then kind of looks over your shoulder and says, looks at Laphus. Lapis Prismawing. Is that...
Hey, Pumot.
It's good to see you again. This is what, your third time visiting?
I think so, yeah.
My friend Pumat Soul told me that we should do punch cards for repeat visitors, but I said that was a stupid idea.
No, I agree. It is pretty dumb because even though they buy more from you and all that jazz, like you're giving away something like they would probably like find a way to try and get something big, like a lot more for free.
And from around the corner to the door, like there's a little curtain, and he kind of parts it, and a virtually identical firbolg sticks his head out. He's like, "That's what I told you, Pumat. You should not give away what we work so hard for." And you hear, "Isn't that right?" And you hear like, "Yes, Pumat Soul," and "Yes, Pumat Soul, you are right, sir." And you hear like two other voices, so there's like 4 total.
Is like everybody here a twin in this city? This is like
No. She looks over at the Pumas and then back to Orgoth. They're all the same person. It's not a twin thing.
Will you speak for
Okay.
yourself? I am my own Pumat Soul. And I am my own Pumat Soul. And I am my own Pumat Soul.
So
I
which is
am
the original
employee of
Pumat
the
Soul?
month.
Which is the original Pumat Soul? Is he still out and about?
He is traveling.
Figures. Anyways, I'm gonna look around. You guys can also do the same. Voka, you can do whatever you want in here. Well, not really. You could talk to whoever you want. They're all same.
All three Pumat Souls come from the back, and you've got like all 4 Pumat Souls in front of you. So who are your friends, Lapis Prismawing?
She turns and over to Voka and just goes, "That's Voka, new person to join the group, newish person. It's been a couple of months."
Hello,
no.
Voka. Hello, Voka. Pumat Soul says hello.
Oh, hello.
And over there, that's our another compatriot to Orgoth, Skullcrusher.
Orgoth Skullcrusher, the 4th Pumat Soul says, "You are very strong." That he looks kind of like his eyes narrow and his nose twitches a bit, and his ear kind of twitches too. And he looks at your armor. He's like, "That is an interesting artifact you are wearing." I got a little like Yoda there. So sorry. You're muted, Bill.
You're muted.
Interesting
thank
artifact you have.
Artifact you have, I want.
Oh yeah, thank you. It was a gift from my father.
Let me get this back. An heirloom. Pumat Soul, you hear what he said? It's an heirloom. An heirloom. It's quite beautiful.
It's a breastplate, actually. But yes, I guess it. Yeah, that. Too.
May I cast a detect magic spell on it?
It's magic.
Oh, that I can tell.
I mean, I guess it's okay.
And one of them.
Is it okay, Lapis? Is that an okay spell to get cast on me?
Yeah, they're just gonna check what it is, basically.
Oh, okay.
One of them casts a spell, and he does it in a certain way, Lapis, you notice that it makes the effects visible to everybody in the room. Because you can cast it and kind of like make it where you just know the information. And it just gives off this brilliant light. Like Orgoth is just glowing with this golden glow for like a good 10 seconds. Is that a vestige? Your father must have been very important.
I don't know. I guess so. But Yeah. I didn't really know him very well, so you know, uh, but I hear good things.
That is good. It is always good to know one's father. And the other says, I know my father, and I know my father. His name is Pumat Soul. He's traveling.
While
So
this is happening,
how
while
can
this
I
is
help you?
happening,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, while this is happening, not Voka, Lapis is gonna be just kind of browsing just the tables,
Mm-hmm.
like the stuff that they have out.
Yeah. There's like a bunch of common magic items if there's anything that you want to look and buy, but there's like basic common magic items and a handful of potions.
She's mostly just gonna browse while they're doing their business.
Okay. Opens up the magic shop price list. Okay. Um,
Also, I didn't want to stop, but one of my friends actually got me a art of Lapis made, and I got it.
Ooh.
I am gonna show it. I'm gonna post it here. And
Oh, that's cute. Oh, I love that.
That's amazing.
If they repost it, let me know so I can retweet it or whatever. So
well,
It's
yeah,
so good.
yeah, they wanted to surprise me, so they commissioned somebody to make it for
Oh, that's
them.
awesome.
so
I love
cool.
it. It's so great. Anyway, Puma Soul says, how can I help you, Voka and Orgoth Skullcrusher?
Um. Well, what do you have in stock today? Any anything of note?
We have our usual easy to find magic items, but things that are more unique are usually done on a commission basis and take a few days to get created. However, Pumat Soul and Pumat Soul and the other Pumat Soul with me, Pumat Soul, we work together to decrease the amount of time it takes so we can get jobs done quickly. But we have
And he reaches into his. I was gonna say he reaches into his cloak bag of holding, and
mhm,
he pulls out the scroll of weapon enchantment he got from Port Damali.
yes.
Um, and he holds it out and says, I got this scroll back a few, yes, a few towns. Um, and I've been meaning to use it. However, I haven't quite decided on an element to use. But I was wondering if you, and he pulls out his sword and places it on the counter and says, if you had any ideas to further enhance it using this magic.
Um, does the scroll just do a +1 on it, or does it do
Yeah,
a
it does a +1 and adds an element to it, but he's basically asking if he can like boost it even more. That's why
um
he hasn't used it yet.
perhaps looking at he looks at the scroll. This makes our job easy. The other Pumat Soul says, "Do perhaps we can?" And the other Pumat Soul finishes, "Make it so that you can add elements and choose which element you wish to put into the attack."
That would be good.
Which elements were you thinking?
I mean, there's your cold and your fire and your electricities. I'm not too picky as long as it doesn't change the physicality of the sword.
No, no, of course. Just looking at the scroll, he obviously like one person's like reading the scroll carefully to make sure it's not cursed. The other Pumat Soul is like looking at the sword, and it's like, and they kind of get their heads together, and one of them looks at you and says, "This is just an enchantment. It will
Oh,
permanently add, make it easier to hit, and allow you to choose between one element, and we can add 2 or 3 elements of your choosing."
Well,
And
I
you
mean,
can
that sounds
switch
good.
between them when you poke with the sword.
How much would you like? How much? I mean, money. Yes, money wise, how much would that be?
The scroll has already done most of the work. We will not be having to do the enchanting ourselves. The manipulation of the magics released by the scroll is the tricky part. Give us 3 days' time and 1,000 gold pieces, and we can
Hey,
add a choice of 3 elements.
and he starts counting by like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's like placing 10 by 10 on the counter until he reaches 1,000. Minus that from my thing.
Okay. You'll have to leave the item with us, but I can guarantee its safety.
Please do. It's quite important.
Is there anything else I can do for all of you?
And Orgoth will take out the group chat stone.
Yes.
He says, I had this made, and so we could all be able to communicate with each other. It's like a sending stone, but for a group of people. And I kind of explained to him how it works.
Yeah, he which enchanter made that for you? That is quite brilliant. And they all 4 Pumat souls are just hovering over it like, ooh,
right.
Yeah.
He's like, this really nice lady in Oncarel. Bill can't remember her name, but I'm sure Orgoth
was it Ankesny?
would.
Was it
Ankesny? Yeah. This really nice lady named Ankesny in Oncarel.
They nod like they obviously don't know who that is, but we do not
so
get to Oncarel very often.
Oh yeah, it was. We got there by accident, and then we defeated like a bunch of really bad guys, and we kind of saved the world and stuff from this big rudium infection. But anyway, what I wanted to do was to see if we could add another stone to it for Voka.
One person starts
I
writing
could get
down.
everybody's, like I could get everyone else's, and then
would need everybody else's stone, and then we would need to create a 5th stone. I believe it would take 2 days' time, and because how much is a sending stone? I'm gonna look it up because that's just the base price of a sending stone. Let me look. Alphabetical. 2,000 gold. Okay. Because this is creating a new sending stone, it will cost 2,000 gold for the item itself, plus an additional 500 to. Actually, no. He kind of counts. He goes, 100 each for each person, because we have to change each of the stones.
Right. So you're gonna add a stone because I don't want to lose any stones that are there.
Correct.
And then okay, so that's like
and then we have to connect that stone to the other 4 stones. Well, there are 3 stones. How many stones? Because there are 4 symbols.
There's 4 stones in it now. On mine, on the one I'm showing him, one of them is burned out, but I don't want to replace it because that one's not burned out on everyone else's. It's a long story. But I want to just add Voka into the group chat. It's the way it works.
Of course. What symbol would you like to have for your sign, Voka?
And what are the other symbols on there?
I don't even know if we came up with symbols for each person, but
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
we'll
like
figure it out later.
Yeah.
yeah, like Lapis is like a field of stars, and Orgoth
Yeah.
is his Skullcrusher,
Logo.
like looks like
and-
his tattoo, and North is probably like a rapier,
A knife!
Yeah.
a knife. It's a knife. It's one of the 8,000 knives that North carries. And then Wilden was his drum.
Yep.
The Voka can be like the feather that's on his hat.
Okay.
So they're kind of like rounded, kind of like
And
notched one.
they're writing all these notes down and everything. Before we can start, I will need to collect all of the stones.
Okay. Yeah, I could get all those here maybe later today, but tomorrow for sure.
And he nods. Lapis, did you find anything of interest?
No, haven't. Okay, didn't you want to ask them about something specific? Mira? Mira?
Mira?
I'm so sorry. I fell into a dissociation. What's happening?
I asked, Voka asks, or Lapis asked Voka, isn't there something else that you want to ask them about specifically?
Puma soul. And he doesn't really know which one to look at. And he's like kind of like alternating between all of them.
And the Pumat Souls is like, I know how confusing this might be. Perhaps if my brothers went to the back room. And they're all like taking the sword. Like, do you leave the sword?
Yeah.
Okay. They take the sword and the scroll.
And he kind of follows it, like his gaze like back
it
as it
disappears
disappears
through the curtain. Yeah. With one remaining Pumat soul behind the counter.
Do you know anything about the Feywilds or how to get there? Just asking for a friend.
I have friends who have gone to the Feywild before. Well, perhaps I can say that my creator has friends who have gone. In fact, he has joined them on occasion. But I do know somewhat of the Feywild.
It's just that I'm not trying to profile or anything, but I am looking for. I don't even know if this is what it's connected to. I'm just looking
What
for.
does profile mean? And you hear the other Pumat souls. Profile? He wants to know if you're lying.
No. It is like, making a judgment based off of someone's looks. I believe, but that's not what's happening. I'm looking for a very vaguely for a firbolg, and I don't even know if it's connected to the Feywild part of my little quest here. But I'm just, I suppose you'd see mystical in nature. Thought I could
I
try to
am a
ask.
creation of the universe.
Aren't we all?
Puma Soul says, can you think about this picture? This firbolg?
I mean, all I had was like a tea reading. So it's not much to go on, admittedly.
You saw a firbolg in your tea leaves. How quaint and beautiful.
Well, yeah, they seemed magical, and the lady seemed trustworthy. I think.
You should follow your instincts at all time.
That's what I'm attempting to do right
Yes.
now. Yes.
The Feywild. And you hear another Pumat Soul poke his head out, and he's like, Pumat Soul, I have an idea. What is it, Pumat Soul? And both of them come out and says, he comes out with this package that's wrapped up. Like, it's like with paper, and there's like a string wrapped around it. And he puts it on the counter and he says, there is a friend of the invulnerable vagrant. Their name is Estrella Hook. They live on the island in the Oosterloch. And he has problems saying that the German k, and outside of Trostenwald.
So you want us to deliver this for you?
Yes, if you'll take it to the witch, perhaps she can help you. She lives in the abandoned ruins on the island.
Well, a lead is a lead, and he picks it up.
It is several days' journey to the Oosterloch.
Okay, Oosterloch. And he repeats that under his breath a little bit.
You know that's the loch that's outside of Trostenwald.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's the exact
back.
same place we were just at.
Yeah.
Backtracking.
Backtracking. Oh, we had to get here in the first place to get the package, so.
Yep. I know that Estrella has traveled to the Feywild before. In fact, she might live there sometimes.
You sate my curiosity. I heard a story that says the island may or may not disappear occasionally. Do you know if that's true?
It's true. The firbolg in front of you says. Another firbolg comes back to. Actually, another one says, "No, that is a falsehood. It is a myth." And you see the other Pumat soul say, "I saw it with my own eyes." And he turns to you and says, "Believe me, Pumat soul."
Maybe one of you does tell lies and the other tells the truth.
I
It's
do
weird this has
not
happened
know
twice
what
in a
you
day.
are talking about.
Verily. But I will deliver this for you. And do you want me to return to you to let you know it's been delivered, or I can send you a message.
Of course, I have your sword. You must.
Yes. I will return to get it. However, if I send you a message with my and he actually does drop his breath, my Maedricks, which one does it go to?
It goes to the original.
Well, I guess he'll know.
And he will pass it along to us. I received the last message from Pumat Soul. You hear from the back.
Fantastic. Well, you get to work on that sword. I'll deliver the package. Anyone else have any questions or anything to do here?
I'll bring all the amulets in. I can't. And Orgoth is walking up with this big chest, and he's like, I saw this over by the window. It says that anything you that you put into it, like food and stuff, doesn't go bad while it's in it. It's a chest of preserving.
Okay, give me a second.
Which is a common magic item.
Yeah. I may not be on this list because this is an older list I've got.
This would actually come in like super handy because I think it would fit pretty easily in my hole, and then I could keep some food in there.
Pumat Soul from the back comes through the curtain. Your what?
My hole.
And all the Pumat Souls just fall out laughing.
Excellent.
Okay.
Finally, someone does it.
And the original Pumat Soul finally collects himself enough to stop and says, "Because your group has spent a lot of money today, we shall give it to you for 200 gold."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that one right now then. And then, how much? I guess I'll pay you for the other stuff when I bring it in. The other ones, or do I need to pay like a holding fee now? You need to pay in
advance. Our creator would like to see a contract made by an exchange of goods and services or coin.
Okay. So how much is it total for the other
I think it was 2,500.
stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 25, and another 2 is 27.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You said 2,500.
For the ascending stones,
Ah,
Sending stones.
because it's 2,000 for the ascending stone, and then 100 each to connect them.
dang. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Orgoth's gonna. So he's like, oh, okay, hang on, I have to go. And he looks for a place big enough to put his portable hole down
Yeah.
in
Okay.
the shop.
Yes.
And he's like, okay,
Um,
I have to go. I have to go get that. I don't carry that much.
Be careful. Do not place that down in the shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it outside. This is a very small shop.
This is a very large space in a very tiny building.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay. I'll go outside and get the money then, I guess, and then I'll come back because I don't carry all that with me on there. Like that. And then there was someone in the like one of the last big towns we went through that said they had a way to make weapons that you throw come back to you, and they could put it on my boomerangs, but that seemed kind of goofy because they come back anyway. But is that a thing that you could do on a weapon that, like, if I throw it, it comes back, but not boomerangs?
I think it's returning. Returning is what it's
Yeah,
called.
it's returning. It's a
Yeah.
returning.
This is an enchantment I believe can be done for how much is it? What do
It
they
adds a
normally
plus
call?
1 to a weapon and it returns to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the way returning works.
So it's enchanting at a +1. Okay.
But I don't need it to make it. I don't think it'll make the weapon any better. I just want it to be where if I throw the weapon comes back.
1,000 gold pieces.
Okay. How long will that one take? Because I'd probably want to stay while you did that one.
Are we doing anything right now? No, Pumat Soul. No, Pumat Soul. I need to go on my my evening walk soon. We can work on the returning item, and then you can do the finishing touches. I'm doing a terrible impersonation. I am so sorry. This is awful.
It's great, Ron.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Okay.
I
That
love
was
it.
good.
I'm having so much fun right now.
All right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Orgoth, while Voka and Laphus are still in the shop, Orgoth's like, okay, well, I'd like it to be put on this, and I'll go outside and get the money. And Orgoth pulls the spear and puts it on the table.
Okay.
And then he'll go outside and get in the hole and come back with 3,700 gold.
Okay. What do the rest of you do?
Disgusting amount of money.
Yeah. Okay, he comes out, while you're out there, because it's a busy street, I'd like you to make a perception check.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a back where I can do it, like if they have a back,
It's not
alley or
really
anything?
because it's
Not like that?
basically,
Okay.
like there's like an island, and then it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like it goes around like that, like in the middle of a street. So it's like people are just kind of walking,
Okay.
going one direction to the other and coming back.
Okay, I got a 18 on my perception.
18. You see this man, tall, skinny, and he's looking at your armor, like specifically at the metals.
Okay. I'll clock him.
Yeah. And you see him kind
And
of
then
like,
I'll,
you see him
and I'll,
notice you clocking him. And you see him
I
kind of
like visibly look at him looking at me.
And he kind of like goes behind somebody. He's like, he kind of comes up like embarrassed and says, I'm sorry, but this man is older, kind of a red mustache, like a big like comb mustache, curly hair. And he's like, your armor is quite beautiful. I haven't seen the likes of that in quite a long time. Where did you get such a piece? An artifact?
It was a gift.
Oh, make an insight check.
Sure. That is a 13.
His hands are kind of like doing this kind of like squeezing back and forth. Like he looks a little like covetous.
Ah. And so I'll say, yeah, so it is very nice looking. Thank you for the compliment.
Sorry to bother you. I saw it from across the street, and I like standing outside of the Invulnerable Vagrant because I know people come out and test their items they get from inside, and they're always quite unusual. And I like writing about it in my journal. And anyway, bye. And you just see him just walk down the street quickly.
Okay. I'm gonna find the most like out of the way place I can, because now I'm not like super excited about.
Yeah.
How far are we from the how far are we away from the tavern, from the Twin Maidens?
Not far.
How long did it take us to get here? Like 10 minutes, 20
the
minutes?
ruler is active, and
Oh,
but actually this is a pretty big place. It was about a mile away,
okay.
mile and a half.
So, Orgoth's gonna go back in the shop and then be like, and pick the spear back up. He's like, actually, I'm gonna go back to the privacy of our room, and I'll get the money, and then
Very smart.
and then I'll bring it back with all the with the rest of the amulets, and then we'll just do it all then, because I just had this weird guy out in the street, like, stop me and ask about my armor, and he says he hangs out and watches people come out of your shop to test their magic items, and then he writes about them in his journal. It was a little weird.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back to the inn and regardless and just be in the room.
Is it okay if we'll put in this package in my bag of holding, cause terrible things to happen?
Open because I forgot you said it was a bag of holding earlier. So sorry. He would have said something earlier, and just all he would step outside. He would have step outside, and just that's all he had to do. So
Okay, yeah, no, he puts it in the bag of holding.
Okay. The yeah, so no problem.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't causing like a black hole vortex if something terrible was inside here.
Anything else?
Who wants to go to the astral plane?
Not yet.
Okay. So who else going back to? Are you all three going back to the Twin Maidens?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, literally, Orgoth's going to go back, open the hole, get the money, then he'll go back.
Okay.
Or no, actually, he's going to wait because we have to go north to back. I'm sorry. He'll make sure that he does all that, not in the middle of the road, because that was a stupid idea.
Let me go back to north then. Okay.
Yay!
I was gonna say something.
My dice tower
Remind
is
me,
not
I'm gonna
very
have Puma Soul say something to Laphus when she gets back. So I'll be right back. But north, where do you head?
Well, first of all, I am a person of some decorum, so I'm going to stop by a flower shop if I can.
Okay.
And I am looking specifically for jasmine, baby's breath, forget-me-nots, and a Lysianthus.
You find, because you're north, far enough north in the Penta Market, that you can find, if you can't find it in one flower shop, you can combine it in like another flower shop. So you can find all of those things pretty easily.
Yes, and I want to make like a simple bouquet, nothing too big, nothing too flashy.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And I will head to the Tri-Spire.
Okay. So you head through. There's this tunnel. You see all these like the wall in front of you. You see these carts moving on their own accord in the top. You see the businesses like built into like all different. Some are like on the ground level, and some are like have stairs walking up to the top. But you head through this tunnel. I think I would have
also like put the whole like regalia like uniform.
Yeah. Okay.
Of the Kobold Soul.
Mm-hmm. And you head through the tunnel this wall is pretty thick, so the tunnel is like dark for a second. There's actually some magical lighting on the ceiling, and you come out into the Tri-Spire, and there's like you see definitely an upgrade in the not upgrade, but like ritzy people here, like people working in government, a higher class of people here, and you head to.
I will head east towards one of the corners of the walls, towards the Architects Guild.
Okay. Let me see. Da, 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 da. One of the spires of the Tri-Spire is above, kind of like looms over the Architects Guild. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go back to main layout. Okay. And like it's by the time you get there, it's dark outside. And beautiful
I have
night.
an inkling that someone works late. So.
And you get to the door. There
I'm gonna
is
hide that little bouquet under my coat.
Yeah, it's a small, kind of simple building compared to the rest of the buildings in the area. There is a in the back. There's like a kind of a fenced-in area, and there's like and you know this very much. There's actually like a yard in the back with a tree. In the tree, like you can see it kind of over the wooden wall, its leaves turning red in the fall, and you kind of hear a whistling, a familiar whistling, coming from the other side of it.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna head over there.
There's a gate, but there's like a big lock on it. So
yeah, it's not an issue. Be it clicking the gate open or just jumping the gate.
Jumping the gate. Are you gonna? How dramatic do you want to be?
I'm gonna jump the gate.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Okay. There is the backyard of this guild. There is several stone tables. There is a gazebo, and in the gazebo.
Oh shit! There's gonna be a fight.
No, it's not that kind of gazebo. No. And in the gazebo, working at a table with a ink quill and like a feather, and you just hear squish, 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 and like whistling. And the whistling kind of sounds a little bit annoyed, but still kind of like enjoying their work.
Yeah. That checks very much.
Yeah. You see from the back this woman, a tiefling with like horns that kind of swoop back and kind of curl up in the back. She has purple hair, gray purple skin, but you're just seeing it from the back. She's wearing a light kind of green jacket. It doesn't look like something she would normally wear. It's like the color is off. Normally she has better fashion sense than that, but there is a chill in the air right now, and you can just see. She's
oh yes,
listening.
I am doing my usual shtick of being very quiet.
Okay.
As I come in closer, and this is a bench, right? This is
Yeah,
a chair
yeah.
or
It's like a bench. Yeah, it's a bench. It's like one of those like a stone table with like the round arc of bench like that. There's not like individual chairs.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to just slide over on the bench
Mm-hmm.
and very much look at what's going on that table.
And you just see what appears to be blueprints. And it looks like she's marking them up. Like here's like a location, here's something that can be like somebody has written over it, not her handwriting.
Okay. Oh.
and
Oh.
and she's trying to go back and like make corrections.
This isn't okay. This isn't okay. This isn't
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm just going to just point a little thing on the paper like this. This looks like a weak point.
She stops and looks at you,
Hey.
and you see her eyes get big. She has green eyes, black sclera, and you just see kind of a tear kind of form at the top, and she kind of wipes it away quickly, regains her composure.
So whose study work is that?
I don't want to talk about it. What? You could give me some warning next time.
Yeah, I had no way to contact you as soon as I got on the road. I'm very sorry. But I have this, and I'm gonna pull out the flowers and a sanding stone.
She grabs the sending stone.
Which one? We have two hands.
She grabs the sending stone, puts it on the table, takes the flowers, stands up, takes your hand.
Hey.
Hey.
Look, I'm sorry I would have sent word, but things have gotten hectic.
Vaughn.
Yeah. Hey. I'm back in
Is
town
this
for a
is
bit.
this how long are you going to be in town?
One of the dudes I've been traveling with has paid for a room for 5 days.
So you're not staying the night with me?
I am staying the night for sure. Like that's not my money that was sent on the freaking room. If you want me to stay the night, I can very much stay the night.
Who are these people you don't trust?
We can talk about it after you're done with your work.
Let me work on this another hour or so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I just want to know how much trouble you've brought along with you.
I'm not that much, honestly. That's kind of surprising.
And she smiles and looks at the flowers. Leans in, gives you a kiss on the cheek. It won't be just a bit. And she goes back to working.
Just gonna sit behind and kind of like braid her hair in the background.
And she gets that kind of like shiver, like happy, kind of like somebody that she likes is touching her.
Just
Kinda...
like falling back into habits.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You still didn't tell me whose shoddy work that was.
Ron has to roll an NPC real quick. Give me a second. Her name is Anya. She's a intern here, but she has family in the Cerebus Assembly.
Oh, ew.
So she had the
the audacity of this bitch.
Yes, that's me, but you know.
Yes, I know that's you.
I want to hear you say my name. How much did you miss me?
I missed you, Audacity. A lot. A fucking lot.
She kisses you.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Just 6 o'clock. Okay. That goes on for a while.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let her work. She does her thing.
Yeah.
And we know not to disturb a genius at work.
Yes. She gets annoyed like when she's like, go get that lantern and bring it over here so I can see it. So like she's like annoyed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you just see her marking up like all the errors that Anya made on the blueprint, and
you should just write "this is shit" on it. I'm sure she's not used to it.
She needs to know why it's shit.
True.
Fucking entitled. And she keeps working. During that hour, You guys are probably heading back to the tavern. You get back to the tavern. It's a slow night. It's still kind of like busy. People are in there eating and having drinks. It's like kind of people are like eating here, then going home. And there's a few people who are at the bar drinking. But what do you do once you get back to the twin maidens?
I mean, the like whatever talent show thing is happening is not tonight. It's like tomorrow, right?
It's tomorrow night. Yes.
Well, I suppose we take this night for recreation, rest.
You guys could eat, drink, be merry, find your own sort of, I don't know, adventure here in this one tavern, or you can go out and explore the city if you want. I don't care.
Find your whimsy.
Yeah, go find your whimsy, girl.
I mean, I have some whimsy. I have this package. That's. I'm like a little excited about that. I mean, answers and a little quest. The twofer.
As for me, I am going to find a way to escape the madness that's going to be tomorrow. But for now, I think I'll be in my room.
I mean, some food couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I could eat. I could eat. Do you need anything else, Lapis? Do you need anything that we can get for you? I know you don't need food and that kind of stuff, but
No. I might take a walk sometime later, just to get away from. I'm sure there's going to be a crowd for dinner at some point or another.
You're always okay to hang out with us. You don't need to be alone.
Oh, I know. I like the silence.
I see.
yeah, I can't help you with that. Sorry,
Oh, I know. I know.
but Voka's right. You know, we're here for you if you ever want that.
Oh, I know. I know. And she's just going to give Orgoth like a little bit of like a pat on his arm before she goes into her room and closes
Okay.
the door.
Well, once you get up there, there is a outside the door is a table, and this is like the fourth floor is there's like stairs going up, and once you get to the fourth floor, it's the only there's a little short hallway, and it's the only door. This is the only rented room up here on the fourth floor. It's like they
Oh wait,
converted
we're
the attic.
sharing a room?
It's a no. It's a common room with 4 bedrooms attached.
Ah, okay.
So,
It's like a
but
small apartment, kind of.
yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
like a suite.
Alright.
It's like a suite. But they have a table, and outside of the table is a little charcuterie plate, and nuts and berries, and a bottle of what looks to be wine with stars all over the label.
Are they in the room? Yeah, are they seeing this? Or
No,
is it
this is
just...
no, this is just you.
No,
Just
we
you
Oh,
would
we
okay,
haven't gone up
okay.
yeah,
yet.
unless anybody followed you. This is like out. This is on a table outside. A star left it outside of the room. She didn't go into the room.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured Voka and I just stayed downstairs to get food while you went
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
right?
we're getting
All
food.
right.
Yeah.
Lapis is gonna get Ashes out, and she's just gonna look at him and go, "Okay, go nuts." And then he's probably gonna get on the charcuterie board, walk all over it, as though he's like eating it, but he's not actually eating it.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
does the actions, but he doesn't actually swallow.
Do you
He just
leave
spits
it
it
out?
back out.
Do you leave it out on the table, or do you like
Yeah.
bring it in? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the table.
Okay. And you go inside and pick one of you have your pick of the 4 rooms.
Yeah, she's probably gonna get like the one closest to probably like top right.
Okay. Voka and Orgoth, what do? You're ordering food. It's quite delicious.
So here's what I think, Voka. Like we have dinner over here,
Mhm.
and then we have dessert over at Stella's.
I mean, that would only be fair.
We
Right,
do
and
have the best angel food cake.
Well, I don't know. What does the other one have?
Devil's food cake.
Okay, that's pretty good. But it
I
would
don't.
only be fair.
Yeah, I mean, we could, because it seems like we could. They're right here. They're connected, right? It's
Yeah.
like
I mean, all the money is going towards the the forwarding of this establishment.
hmm
and we should spread it around. So
Yeah, you spread the love.
yeah, we'll get like
Yeah.
dinner,
hmm
and I'm very protein forward in my order.
Voka just
Uh,
gets anything that he doesn't really recognize. So if he doesn't recognize the name of a food, he's pointing at it.
Okay. It's quite. Yeah, because being on a different continent, the foods are different and everything's grown here. Um,
and there's something called okra. That kind of sounds like your name. I wonder if that would be good.
I mean, maybe Voka eats okra. New
Yeah.
new slogan. It
Oh,
looks a little weird though.
I've never had it. It does look kind of weird.
Actually, this does. Is there like a picture on the menu?
yeah, there's a
I
lot of
don't.
yeah.
I don't really recognize this.
Uh, give me 1 second. Keep role playing. I'm right doing something real quick.
Actually, no. I feel like okra would be something that Voka recognizes. Actually,
It's a horrible Feywild food.
no, it's that I've been basing a lot of what Voka ate in on Corel off of a lot of like foods eaten in like the Middle East and northern Africa, because it's like that dry arid area, and okra is actually a very it's a common vegetable put in stews.
It is.
I had to very quickly Google that.
There's something called turducken. I'm not sure what that is, but there's a lot of meat in it. It looks like it's a 3-in-1. I don't know how much you like meat.
I mean, I eat meat. Why is it? Because no, never mind. I eat meat.
Well, I know I asked because like North is pescatarian and Lapis doesn't eat anything, and we haven't had a ton of meals in nice places. We usually are,
yeah, ration.
Um,
yeah.
Back at North and back at the Architects Guild, you hear like you're kind of sitting there, and she's like, she has marked this shit up like big time. Like she got out the red ink this time, and it's like,
Oh, my love.
and she's finally like puts it down and kind of leans back into you and says, I think that they're serving partridge at the Twin Maidens. You fancy a bite?
Sure.
What's that look for?
The twin maidens. Sure. Yeah. No. Let's go. Let's.
And
Yeah.
she
No.
shucks off the borrowed like sweater basically, and she's just wearing this is a better description of her, like kind of mature, long thick curls with a braid reaching down mid back. She has a belt pouch with all her tools, long flowy skirt, kind of like ink smudged fingers, and she's kind of taking and trying to wipe it off and just failing at it. She
Oh, these stains are permanent at this point.
and she like she has her hair like back and long flowy skirt and just comfortable shift on the top. So she's like, I need to
Look,
go.
it's
I need
my
to go.
first night back in town, so anything you want.
It's quite entertaining there. It's easy to disappear into a corner and watch the chaos.
Oh, I know.
I like you've been there?
I mean, a few times back in the day.
That's true.
I think it's the ownership has changed, right?
It has, yes. It wasn't called the
Yeah.
Twin Maidens back then,
Yeah.
but two half-elven twins bought it. She takes your hand and squeezes it, goes inside, gets her things, comes back out, and I'm not going to go the way that you normally go, and unlocks the door.
Ah, that's boring though.
And just
Those
takes your
hips
hand.
are getting too old for that.
She looks at you and says, "You know I have not been on a caper in quite a long time."
I do. By the way, we might have to talk about these things a bit later.
I knew it. And she puts her elbow out for you to take. And
Oh, I will take it, and I'm gonna drop the Mask of Many Faces, actually.
okay. She looks
So,
at you, raises an eyebrow, and walks along.
Full on summer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Voka and Orgoth, the meal comes, and it is quite good. It's very delicious. A few minutes later, North and this tiefling walk in together, and you
Voka
kind of
raises an
notice that
eyebrow.
the tiefling, purple hair, grayish skin, purple gray skin, horns just back, and very, very well put together. And she's obviously kind of just leaning up against North.
Yeah, we're gonna just I'm gonna clock them, and I'm gonna just slide over to another table.
Hey, is that North with?
A person.
Yeah, like North is never with a person. Well, that's not true. Actually, North is with no, North is with
yeah.
people.
Yeah, but it's the
Oh.
first time I've seen it, which means it's highly
Mm.
entertaining to me.
Yeah.
She
Has North ever told us that there's anyone here in
Not in
Zadash that's
Zadash!
not
special?
Zadash.
Okay.
No.
All right. Cool.
She actually, you see the tiefling reach up, touch North's chin, turn her head, and just give her a kiss.
North is absolutely that stupid
Voka, who
but
raises
also
his voice a
as
little.
soon as they get a menu, just put
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Voka across the way, just you hear a small ooh.
Oh
Hey, should we send them
I'm just-
drinks or something? Like
I
we should
grab,
send
a-
something to the table.
copper
should
or
just-
something and chuck it at Voka's head.
It hits him the square in the forehead.
Do I even have any
Yes.
coppers in this purse?
Stella, Star comes over and says, "Audacity, it's good to see you. Likewise, how's the evening?"
-1 copper.
And she looks over at Star looks over at North and says, I see that you've met.
Yes.
This is."
Surprise? Yes.
She started to say your name, but you interrupted.
Operative North Star Maedrick of the Cobalt Soul. Pleased to meet you.
You see Audacity mentally clock that, and it's like, "Yes, this is a dear friend of mine from a way, way long time ago."
You make me sound old now.
She kind of points at her face and says,
You're still in the.
"Way to suck it up."
No, absolutely not. I'm not sucking it up. I am being absolutely honest. If anything.
They're
Looks
being
amazing.
real cute together. Okay. You
Is there are they in our side or on the other? They're in Star's side or Stella's side?
They're in Star side. They're in Star side. So,
Okay.
but there's enough of a room that there's several tables in between.
Right. I don't know. We should send a drink over or something, with two straws in it and a.
Really, really, really cutesy, really fluffy.
Yeah, yeah. This is oh wait. Holy shit. I think North just smiled.
Oh my god. I mean, I've seen that happen before, but like,
Yeah, but only when there's like a knife in her hand. Like this is the like
yeah.
maybe the first time without like a weapon or something.
Oh my
I'm
god,
not wrong.
North can be happy?
Oh. I guess like changes are rampant. This is amazing. Yeah, we got to send over a drink or something.
We just have a drink.
What kind of drink? There's this ridiculous. I saw this on a video. There's this ridiculous
no.
Bloody Mary that has, because they're serving partridge tonight.
Yeah.
There's this ridiculous Bloody Mary that just has a full-on partridge, like sticking into the top of the Bloody Mary.
What? I need to see a
No.
picture of that now.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
Yeah, so
Oh.
this is one of the, yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just the most ridiculous looking drink, 2 straws. It has like sparklers out the top.
Mm-hmm.
It really draws attention.
Yes.
You order that. A few moments later, a waitress comes over and puts it down and says, "For the lovebirds." Takes out a little like sparkler and like lights the thing like whoosh. And magically you see this smoke ring come up from the sparklers, and it makes a little heart, and then like you hear a pew, and a little like magical firework goes through, making the arrow through the heart.
The assassin look they get.
Your focus like wide, like he's like giving you like this circle-eyed smile, like
Yay!
And
it's the first time I've
Orgoth
seen
just
North
puts it-
smile.
Orgoth just puts a hand up for a high five for Voka as we like just both look at North.
Lapis, the walls aren't that thin, aren't that thick. You're hearing just ridiculous amounts of laughter from Orgoth and Voka coming from 3 floors
He has a very
below.
bassy laugh.
yeah,
Yeah.
for 3 levels.
The floors are shaking.
We're having fun.
Oh, these motherfuckers.
She does shake her head, but in her mind, she's just like, just let them have it. They apparently missed out on some shit. Just let them have fun.
Aw.
Meanwhile, because it's a common area, I'm assuming that there's like chairs or sofas or something in the common area.
Mhm.
They are now just like filled with food because Ashes has been digging like holes in the furniture and like putting the food in there so he can save it for later.
Oh no. There goes a deposit.
You realize that the couch is a hideaway. It actually pulls out into a 5th bed.
Well, they ain't gonna get that bed anymore.
Oh,
So, you know these people you were asking me about?
yes.
There's 2 of them right over there. You know, the 2 chuckle fucks that are looking like very proud of themselves.
Well,
I
Lucas, like,
think
giving, like,
they're
a wave.
I think they're happy for you.
No, I think they're mocking me.
That look on his face. He is happy for you.
Is he now?
She stands up, takes your hand, pulls you over to their table.
This is a lot. This is a lot for one night.
It's so great. I would offer you some of our turducken, but you only eat fish, don't you?
I only eat fish. Hi, guys.
So,
Hi, North.
Are you
This
going to
is-
introduce me?
Audacity Regdar. She's an amazing person we've met a bit ago, and I'm very happy to be back in town. And
After
what the fuck was
20
it with
years.
the partridge? What the fuck was up with that?
Does it taste good? But it's really
I don't
expensive.
know, I don't eat that.
Oh, you don't
Well,
eat
but
the
it's got
partridge.
like the
It has
Drink.
celery and stuff like
Yeah, just like
and Orgoth will stand
Uh-huh.
and he will put like one foot slightly in front of the others in almost like if you know what a reverence is for any other Renfair geeks.
Uh-huh.
And will do a slight reverence and put his hand out and he says, I am Orgoth Skullcrusher. It is a great pleasure to meet you, Audacity.
It is lovely to meet some of North Star Maedrick's friends.
Can't just be north. You know. They know, but I'd rather not voice it
North
out
is fine.
on this side of the border, you know?
I am Audacity. I lived here in Zadash for quite a long time. I work at the Architects Guild. What do you do?
Well, we're companions of North's, and we have been on some, I would say, fairly grand adventures together. Pretty big stuff. And let me just say that I am constantly impressed with North's abilities, both in times of trouble, but also her care of family, and just what a great person she is.
Her family. You need to tell me about your family that you ran in.
No, you don't have to.
And I'm constantly impressed with North's ability to ping a coin off my forehead.
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty impressive. I am very proud of myself for that.
North knows not to do that with me.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I wouldn't dare.
She kind of raises an eyebrow at you. I can't wait to hear. And she pulls up a chair. All of the stories.
Oh fuck.
About North over that you've been with. How long have you been together as a group?
A few months.
Yeah, like months, like a long time.
Not me. I'm new.
I mean, it's been at least a month, right?
That's true.
Did you say the number of when you like in that letter you sent her? Did you say a number?
I wrote the date.
Got it.
Hold on, I can pull up the letter.
Yeah, I've got it here, right here.
I don't think I said a day.
I think you just said
bunch of weeks or something.
Yeah, it's more like
Let me check. No, I didn't even put a date.
We're talking about like how many, like the group that you're hanging out with, new bunch. You just said new bunch. You didn't say like how many people. So she doesn't know anybody's missing. She says, so what brings you to Zadash? And what trouble have you brought? And that's what we're going to call it for the evening?
Thank God she didn't ask about the monkeys first.
That's later. Oh, great game today. We'll get more into Zadash next time.
I just saw a picture of that frickin' Bloody Mary with
that
whole ass
picture
partridge on top. This
terrifying.
Is terrifying.
Yeah, that's a little chicken. That's just a whole rotisserie chicken.
It is.
Yeah, I know. Why would you do that?
Like a partridge, a little smaller, so I can see that.
Yeah, but still.
And a partridge and a Bloody Mary.
There's even like the little hot dogs and bacon skewers.
I know, the bacon wrapped hot dog skewers and the man.
What is that?
It's a real.
Why is that?
It's a eatery in Milwaukee.
My God.
I don't know if that says anything about it. I'm Canadian.
Oh, it's not even. It's a fried chicken. It's a fried chicken. It's not like a.
It's a whole ass fried chicken.
Yeah, it's a whole
ass fried chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, say that.
Good.
That's the title of the next episode.
That celery's doing a lot of work trying to hold up its end on the vegetable side of the equation. Good Lord. Oh man,
that's really good.
They also serve something called the Beast, which is a bunch of like sliders, on a Bloody Mary. Copy image. But anyway,
Oh my god, wait, we did the full title of the episode because Ashes is having zoomies in the room.
we did.
Yes!
Yay! I put Zoomies in Zadash because I thought you'd be like going everywhere in Zadash, all separate, pew pew pew, pinballing, but that
No.
works too. Awesome. Well, anything else we need to talk about? We'll be here next week and find out. Audacity will find out so much more about.
She doesn't need to. She doesn't have to. She can just have a nice meal. She won't, but
if you're North, if you want to post a picture of Audacity that you drew,
yes, I will.
You
Hold on,
finally
let me just
can.
grab it.
Yeah, put that into our Discord. Join our
Yes.
Discord. We talk about all sorts of fun stuff. Anyway, let's go around and do a wrap up.
Hey, everybody, this is Bill. You can find me on the internets at Bill Freakin' Roper, where, I randomly post stuff. Who knows what it's going to be? It's a mystery. Wrapped inside an onion with an Enigma bacon outer coating inside of a Bloody Mary. It's frightening. It's a frightening online experience. But thank you for joining us here as we stream on Wednesdays live. I want to thank everybody for being a little indulgent at the top of the session, for Ron for working with me to do the big swap over for Orgoth. But look, it's an amazing group of people that I get the honor of playing with every week. I am so excited we get to share that with everybody who watches, whether it's live with us on Twitch or on the YouTube VOD or on streaming services or having it beamed directly into your head. However you get it, thank you for being here and thank you for being a part of our amazing community.
Hey everybody, this is Jaiden. I was playing Lapus, and yeah, I would like to thank you guys for just kind of rolling with the punches every single time that shit happens. Because like, it's nice. It's nice that we all have little character foils for each other. We stop each other, we egg each other on, and it's all in good fun, which I'm very happy about. And thank you guys for listening. And pee poo 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 bing bong. Let's go.
Bing bong.
How am I gonna follow up after that? Hey everyone, this is Jaime. I've been playing North Legend Roguelike, who apparently has someone in their life. Oh my god, new thing. I've been sitting on this for 121, well, 120 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, from episode 1.
Yep. Anyways, you can find me on Blue Sky and Tumblr at Steelclad Art and Patreon. Poopy 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 poopy.
Hi guys, I'm Mira, and I've been playing Voka. And I think it's really funny whenever anyone here makes a Critical Role reference of any kind, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You should go look up Matt Mercer doing.
I know. I will. You know, something against Critical, it's just I haven't listened to it.
The thing about it is a Patrick Warburton
yeah.
impersonation, which I cannot do.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're good. It's just really funny. It's just like you have your D&D actual play fans, you have your Critical Role person, you have me who's listened to Dimension 20 and the Adventure Zone. That's my shit. Anyway, that's been me. I don't know what's going on.
And my name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on the socials at Ron88Keys. Audacity says monkeys?
Nope. Nope, we're not talking about monkeys, not yet. You're them.
Please follow us on Blue Sky, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the socials at Severed Studios. Please give us a follow on our Twitch channel, or even subscribe. You can do that too. Few and Far Between is a production of Severed Studios. Please check out our other shows like Severed Sons or other side quests on Twitch. It's getting hot and heavy in the Severed Sons land. We've recorded 3 or 4 episodes in a row, and oh my god, they're in the dungeon, their final dungeon. It's like, okay.
Close to the end.
Close to the end. But find that everywhere to get your podcasts. Links are in our bio and our show notes. May your problems be few and far between. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Not the gazebo, no!